Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash, and this is Weekly Recap. What is Weekly Recap, you ask? Well, if you're new here, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll tell you what Weekly Recap is. Weekly Recap is me going over a week of operating a semi-truck in the United States. I am leased to an 80-20 split carrier. This week is from the first full week of August 2025. If you're watching in the future, thank you so much. Thumbs up to you. And that's it. I'm going to go over the week. I'm going to go over the loads I did, why I did them, the money I made, the variable cost. At the end, you will hear me say, this is the money left to do what I have to do with. And that's where you would need to plug in your fixed costs, because fixed costs are so different. I don't go over mine. I really just try to put these numbers out to help people understand what trucking really is. These are real numbers. I got no reason to lie to you. I've been doing this for 5 years, and there's no way I could keep up with a lie for 5 years. So this is basically just what it is, and if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. If it makes you sad, it makes you sad. I don't put them out to brag. I don't put them out to complain. It's just what happened to me. Didn't happen to you. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. So let's get to the numbers of it. First load, Minnesota to Georgia. The old faithful, been doing it for months now. Minnesota to Georgia, 36 empty miles, 1157 on the loaded miles, 1193 total miles down to Georgia with a quickness. 0 degrees, 43,000 pounds. That was the first load. That was my outbound. That's been my outbound load. Oh, I would say 9 of the last 10 times I've left the house, that's been my outbound load, so I know it well. And then we come down, we're in Georgia. We drop down Georgia to Louisiana this week. And that took me 24 empty miles, 508 on the loaded, 532 total. And that load was negative 10 degrees, negative 10, 7,000 pounds. Nice little load there. Got great fuel economy on that one, and that paid $11.50, so I like that. And this was a full 7-day week, by the way. I left out on like a Wednesday, and I was back like the next Wednesday, so this was a full week here. So that took me down to Louisiana, and then from Louisiana we bounce over to Mississippi. My inbound from Mississippi, this has probably been the last 5 of 10 inbounds I've done have been this load. So Mississippi to Minnesota, 85 empty miles, 1263 loaded, 1348 total miles on that, 58 degrees, 38,000 pounds, 2350 that one paid. And that was the week. Minnesota to Georgia, Georgia to Louisiana, Louisiana deadhead back to Mississippi, Mississippi right back to Minnesota for my very large triangle. I like these. It's a nice change up from just going Minnesota to Georgia, and back, back and forth. This adds, an extra day to the situation, but it's fine because, it's a pretty good revenue for that day. $11.50 is a decent day of revenue for me these days. So that was the week. Did my little triangle right back home. That's the way I like to do it. Now let's go over the numbers of the week, if you would. Hang with me. We'll get to it. $6,500 gross revenue. Me and my carrier combined make that money. If it weren't for me, they wouldn't make it, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't make it. It truly is a partnership, and the partnership made $6,500 that week, and $5,200 of that comes to me and my business. So that's the 80%. Now let's go over the numbers. I had to run 3,073 total miles to get that money. $2,928 loaded miles, not dollars, loaded miles, and 145 empty miles for 5% deadhead for the week. So it's a pretty, hashtag high and tight type of week. That's what I like. Now let's go over to rates per mile. $2.12 all miles. Every mile I turned in the truck paid $2.12. That's $1.70 to me, my 80%. That's $1.70 a mile. and that is $2.22 per loaded mile. Now let's go over here and break down some variable cost. This is what I like to share with people because it kind of gives you a realistic look at trucking. So if you like this, be sure to hit the like button. If you know someone that might like this, share it with them. I've got 5 years of this on the internet now, so you can get an idea. Most people like to use my numbers to kind of see where the freight market's at, compare it to their numbers. I'm cool with that too. Like I say all the time, if you're a truck driver, I hope you're making a lot of money, because it's not an easy life. And ultimately, that's what we're out here for, right? To make the most amount of money we can. That's why I'm here. So let's go over these variable costs. Got a pretty fuel efficient operation. That little light load in there really helped, because the other loads are pretty heavy, and they are get after it type loads. They're 1,200 mile loads that have to be done in 2 drive shifts. So not like crazy, but you got to stay with it. You got to keep that speed up. So $12.24 I spent on diesel, $158 I spent on reefer fuel, $62 on DEF fluids, $9 on a toll, and $0 on cat scale, $0 on parking, and total variable cost $14.53. Come on with it. Bring over my $5,200 to my carrier, subtract out the $14.53, and that leaves me $3,747 left to do what I have to do with, $37.47. So it's a good week. It's a running week. It's a get after it type week, but it's a good week for me. I'll take these. I've been trying to do as many as I can here lately, just because I'm trying to stay off the spot market basically, and this is just planned over and over and over and over, and that's the type of stuff I like. I can jump in on it when I want to. I can jump out of the rotation when I want to. It's kind of just steady. It's just there when I want it, and that's nice. And I try to stay on it because the spot market is so fickle right now. Produce season is wrapping up, and I have not liked what the spot market's been looking like the last week or two with the produce seasons wrapping up. Southeast has really been rough. I don't know if you reefer guys have noticed that here lately, but it's going to be interesting to see what the fall brings for us. It really is. So if you want to continue to see these numbers, make sure you're subscribed. Ring that bell if you would. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care of each other out there. Remember, people are more important than trucking. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need discount on shop rates at TA and Love's? They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back, take all your information, and you'll be in the network.